Hey guys, I'm going to coming at you this week a little bit late, but I'm going to be talking about the bands that I have previously heard about that are playing the Asylum. Probably today on Tofer's Tunes. So, like I said, I'm a little late this week. I was been celebrating my birthday and just been busy and wanted to hear back from somebody before I posted this. But yeah, I've been focusing on the bands up until recently I had not heard of. This week I'm just going to touch base briefly on the bands that I do know. That I have heard of and, have some of their CDs. Top it off is Harry Gore. Harry Gore is a legend. Even going back to Cornerstone. If you have not checked this guy out, check him out. I've seen him every year. I just didn't get his CD until recently. Go check him out. And with that being said, some of these bands will be playing multiple stages. So if you don't see them at the Asylum, check them out other places. I don't think the official schedule is up, but I'd say check any of these bands out that I've reviewed or that I'm going to bring up. Here, Autumn's Descent, pretty good, a little bit mellow from what I recall of them. Liked them a lot. Leper's one of those like goth icons. If you're at all into the goth subculture, go check him out. He puts on a great show. And, keeping with the goth stuff, his next song is about death. Sorry, inside joke there. Rustler. Ressler. What I liked about these guys is they did a Demon Hunter cover last year, and I got the special edition of their album. So they had a lot of acoustic stuff on it, which I do like acoustic things, sometimes. The Real Boy Band. Let me tell you about the Real Boy Band, okay? Definitely, totally. You know, they're like a Audiofeed super band. They have people from Insomniac Folklore, Leper, Harry Gore's in there, Happy Little Day, which I'll bring up in a minute. They are like the real boy band of Audiofeed. X1 Stance or Existence. Man, tell you what, these guys are some of the best industrial-ish music I've heard. Over this past year, I've got the chance to actually talk to, one of the guys who's helped me out on my journey. And that says, a lot for the band. That they take the time, to talk to their fans. Glenn Kaiser. Legendary. If you don't know who he was in the Resurrection Band, which is arguably the first Christian rock band ever, and yeah, compared to some of the other stuff, he's mellow, but he's a legend. Go check him out. Last year he played on a cigar box guitar. I thought that was awesome. Happy Little Day. It should be interesting this year to see them play. Because I heard last year the lead singer wasn't going to do like the makeup and look like a giant smiley face anymore. Like last year was his last year doing that from what I heard. Still a fun band, still very enjoyable. My dad's going with me. Probably one of the bands I'm going to say, hey, you ought to check these guys out. The Uh-Ohs. They did the Christmas, I saw them last year doing the Christmas in July, and they dressed like elves and read a book that I think they wrote and, drew. Cool show. Kind of have a coffee house, kind of sound to them, but you should definitely, they'll make you laugh a little and smile. Last band is Rabbi Rock, and I've seen them perform for sure 2 out of the 3 years I've been, and they're really good. Do not have a CD out yet, but they usually put on a good show. So I'm going to briefly, because Audiofeed is not about the music, or not all about the music. So I did see 3 of the speakers. Bill Phantom, Simon De La Piana, and Todd Finney. All 3 I can say are well read on what they're talking about, and I look forward to hearing each one of them speak. There's 2 bands that I've not heard of, and they don't have any CDs out. One of which is Of Lions and Lambs. I don't know anything about them, so I'm not going to say anything on them. The other one is Sojourner's Music. Now, I know one of the guys in the band. I asked him about it earlier this week. I'm like, hey, what kind of music you guys have? It's Papa Bear, Todd Finney's band. Because of that, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they might have a Native American feel to them, but don't quote me on that. One band, 2 bands I noticed that were not on the list. One of them I know is not going to be there. The other one should be there. And I'm hoping they'll play the Asylum. Grave Robber, not going to be there this year, which makes me sad. Makes me want to cry because they are that great of a band. The other band I hope is there, should be there, is Insomniac Folklore. And folks, you don't really have to talk to me for too long to know that I love these guys. They are very creative, very good at what they do. Always put on an excellent, show and, performance. And I brought them up when I got the tentative list of the bands playing, and what I got back was, yeah, they're going to be there. They just don't know what days they're going to be there or how, available they'll be. But the word I got is, yes, they're playing this year, and yes, I do plan on seeing them. Anyway, this should wrap up my overview of the bands at Audiofeed. They're playing the Asylum next week. I'm going to Demon Hunter, War and Peace, and then I got 3 other bands, picked up some GFM, 13 Minutes, which is a band I know through Audiofeed. Dropped a CD this week. I'm going to try to do that. And then Dead Therapy. So over the next 3 weeks, I don't know which weeks I'll really hit any of these. Next week is probably going to be Demon Hunter, though. Well, I guess over the next month. I don't know other than that, when I'll be hitting any of these bands, but that's what's coming up. Peace, goodbye, God bless, have a wonderful day.